Actually, me, I'm also a abductee, a returnee.
A returnee?
Yes.
Tell me what that is.
I was abducted. That was in 1997 with 3 of my sisters, elder sisters. Okay, we were 4 sleeping in a one grandma's house, and we were all abducted. And among my sisters, I'm the youngest. Yes, so we were all abducted. And by then I was just 11 years old. So when they abduct us, some of my sisters were the one helping me. They could carry me at times on their back when I'm tired. Of course, being young and moving in a long distance, it wasn't easy for me. They could help me. So we reached, I cannot now tell the places as I was still very young. The government troop attacked, and 2 of my sisters were killed at once. So there we were separated. When they attacked, people ran in different directions. So for me, my elder sister who was carrying me ran in a different direction, and this one who survived also ran in a different direction, but she saw the 2 who were killed. She saw them killed. They were bombed. Yes. So we ran in a different direction. Only reaching Sudan, I was with that elder sister of mine, and the other one, we could not know where she is. And she told me the 2 had already died. And the life wasn't easy for me, because at times I could cry to her that where is my other sisters? And when I'm crying, the soldiers, the rebels, they beat me when I'm crying, that I want my elder. They used to love me being the last among the girls. They could love me so much. They had love for me. So when we reached Sudan, we stayed. Then again, they brought my elder sister. I remained there. They gave me to a certain an officer rebel to stay with the wife, his wife, as a babysitter. I was babysitting the wife of a rebel officer. Yeah. So they brought my elder sister, who used to help me, to come to Uganda to loot food, to take it for us in Sudan. There she was again killed when they were attacked by the government soldier. She was killed. So the person who was with her, when she went back and told the woman I was babysitting her baby, that the other girl who was staying with this babysitter of yours was killed. Then that woman, she never told me. Now, when I grew up, I clocked 15. I stayed with that woman. When I clocked 15, then again the husband to that man, that rebel officer, again began using me as his wife. Now, that wife of his, the former wife of his, became again jealous on me. That is when she started abusing me. Now she was fighting me as a co now. Yes, not as a babysitter. She was fighting me as a co.
As a what?
As a co-wife.
Co-wife.
Yes, as a co-wife now. Because by then I had clocked 15 years. So the man turned me, I was now no longer a babysitter, but now turned me to his wife. Yeah, he started using me. So when the other woman, the elder woman, started quarreling on me, how the co-wives, they have wrangles now. We were arriving for the man. But for me being young, I could still go back to her. So one day she told me that, do you know, you will also die like your sister. Did you see your sister coming back to Sudan here? She has remained there. Go and pick her skeleton and take it where? To your father. That is when I learned that she also died. So the man pregnanted me. I got pregnant at 15 years in the bush. When my labor time came, I had nothing for carrying the baby. But I don't know where I got the rags from. He gave me some rags for carrying the baby. And God helped me. I delivered very normal. You know, God, when you're in problem, God helps. It was God's help. At 15, now you produce. And not even in the hospital, without any hospital facility. You just produce locally like that. And even the umbilical cord is cut with the razor blade. Nothing like scissor what, no. But I thank God. I produced that baby very normally. Now when the baby clocked 9 months, then that man was brought to Uganda. Now when he was in Uganda, he called me. He told the what? His escorts, because he was a big man. Yeah, he told his escorts to bring me to Uganda. So we came at the side of Palabek, the place called Palabek. By that time, I had started knowing now the places, yeah, called Palabek. So when I came there, the government troops came and attacked us from there, and that man was killed. So for me, I survived. I ran with my baby. I ran with my baby. I ran with my baby. Long distance. I slept in the bush for 1 week. I just go and uproot cassava from people's garden. You hide, while hiding in the bush, you just eat raw cassava. Imagine I'm breastfeeding the baby. As I said, when you are with God, God can help. The baby could not even cry at night. See, the baby could not even cry at night. Now, after I started now finding my way, how I could now go to the government or to seek for the help, who can help me. So after 1 week, that's when I started now. I put my ear now to hear where the direction, where could I get a home. At times when I hear people talking, again I run. I just think that the same rebel. But I got a certain woman. I had gone for water for drinking. I left even the baby under the tree without anybody because I was very thirsty. We reached a certain swamp. I was very thirsty when I reached there, so I went for water. Then I saw a certain old woman. She had come for water. Then when she saw me also, she was scared. But of course she saw me, I'm also a woman, and she's also a woman. Then I told her, Mama, don't run, don't run. I'm the one, don't run, don't run. I'm not bad. Then she said, now, what are you doing there? I said, now, I started narrating my story. Yeah,
By
they brought
airplane.
me to Gulu here, yeah, by the airplane, plus the baby. But the baby was not all that very healthy because of now sleeping in the bush. And even the breast was not there. There was not enough milk in the breast. The baby was not very healthy. So when we reached the barracks here, they brought me first in the barracks. So when they brought me in the barracks, they started writing my CV, my biography, where I come from, and my mother's name. You see, when God is with you, you don't forget things very easily. I had already mastered the name of my father and my home village. Yes, I had known already my home village. So I told them the name of my father, I told them the name of my mother and the home village. Yes. So when after they had finished, they brought they told me to go for the medication. So they also have the hospital here in the barracks. So they brought me, they took me to the hospital. They started examining the baby. They examined the baby. Even me, I was not all that very healthy, you know. Food, you don't eat even good food, and you are not even, you are just traumatized in your mind. You just think, I'm dying or I may not die. I'm dying or I may not die. So It was not, and being somebody young even, it wasn't easy. So they started giving me treatment, they gave me treatment, they even treated the baby. They started giving me facilities like a wear for the baby and even wear for me. Then they took me to Gusco. Gusco, that is where the returnees for rehabilitation. They took me at the rehabilitation center, there at the side of senior quarter. So when I was there, I stayed there for 2 months. That is when they called my parents. When they called my parents, when they went to call my parents, coming back, kumbe my parents, both of them were killed. Both my mom and my dad, they were burned in the house. But because I was there in the bush, I didn't know. So when they told them, those people, they were burned, those parents, they were burned in their house, both of them. So when they came back, they did not tell me that my parents died. So when they came back, they again asked me, because they were doubting, because they thought maybe me being young, I'm not maybe telling the truth. They came to me again, I told them the same thing. So when they went home, they met my brother whom I followed. Yes, so when they met my brother whom I followed, that is when they started believing that I'm right. So they came with my brother. When they came with my brother, then they asked, is this your sister? I said, yeah, this is my younger sister who followed me. And they were abducted, 4 of them. Yes. Then my brother came and he hugged me, said, welcome back. Where are they? They had already briefed him not to tell me that my parents were killed. So when we came, he welcomed me, we chatted, he never told me that my parents are not there. So I even asked him, well, how are mama, how are daddy? Then he said, they're okay, don't mind, they're okay. Then I was like, okay. Now I started disturbing these people. I want to go home to see my parents. Why don't they call my parents and I see them? So what they did is now to tell me the truth, because I was really very eager to see my parents. Yes, very eager to see my parents. Said, now if you don't want them to come here, you take me there myself. I want to see them with my eyes. For all these years, I've missed my parents. I want to see them. So that is when, after 1 week, they called my brother again. Then my brother was like, you know what? Mama and daddy, they died. I was like, they died? That they died? You know what? I fainted when I heard that they died. I fainted. I said, God, you would have killed me from the bush rather than killing my parents. Then my brother hugged me and said, no, be strong. It has already happened. Be strong. We are still there for you. Don't you see I'm alive? Those people that have died, they have died. But I'm still alive for you. I will look after you, don't mind. First of all, the situation you have passed through, first of all, leave other thinking. Yes. First, thank God that you survive all this situation you move. But you know, being last born among the girls, and it brought even the image of my elder sisters who died. So it was not easy for me. I had no good life, my dear. And unfortunately, that child I came with from the bush, the child became very sick, and the child died. Pneumonia, malaria. Because I was moving in coldness with the baby. I sleep in the coldness. There is no heavy whatever to cover with. So the baby died. And we took the dead body in the village. So that's when I believed that my dad and mom died. I saw their grave. That is how the sorrow even disappeared. Yes. So but that was the time I now believed that, okay, they have died. Because by the time my brother was telling me, I could not believe. Now when I saw their grave, that is when I said, God, I thank you, because they were buried home compared to my sisters who maybe they were eaten by dogs or by wild animals. Thank for God. So I thank God for that. So now when I took that dead body of my child to the village, I buried, that is when I saw the grave of my parents. Then I said, okay, I know life will still continue. You know, my granddad, my grandfather was a reverend and he died. So religiously, we are blood of religious. We all believe in God. Yes, even me, when we were all saved in our family. We are a saved family. Yes. So when I came to Gulo, I asked my brother whether they can help me at my age. At least either I go back to school or I do any skill work. Then they said, okay, they can help me to go and do the skill work. So they paid for me. They took me to a vocational school. Yeah, I learned secretarial. Yes. By that time, we could use this typewriter, not like computer these days. Yes, so that is what I learned. Not only that, they even took me to do hairdressing. Yes, I did hairdressing. So when I came in town, I got again another man, you know, being young also. I got another man. I stayed with that man. We produced about 2 children. The man again got accident and died. The man got accident and he died. Then I was like, God, now I need from you. Could be I'm just forcing myself. What you have prepared for me is not yet there. So God, you give me now. I've left everything in your hand. As I talk now, I'm with my 2 children. I'm not married, and I will not get married until God brings the man to me, that this is now your man. That's when I will say, fine, God, thank you. Yes. How I came to know this Golden Women Vision Uganda, you know, Sylvia was a neighbor to my brother. She was a neighbor to my brother. And when I came from the village, I was staying with my brother. Yes. So when Sylvia started the program in 2011, she included me in it. We started struggling together with her. We could move the villages to check on other women. She could teach me, do this, do that, do that. So we have become a staff with her, plus other people. And really, it's not easy, but with God, all things are possible. Because financially, we don't have anything. It's full of voluntary work. We could move from one place to another to check on other clients. We could just footing. You food, no what. But because we want peace to come back to our world, to our region, we have to struggle. That is the struggle we are in now. What we want is peace. And our vision is peace for the coming generation, so that they forget of this insurgency, the suffering we had. We don't want our children also to experience the same. Yes. So we are I'm tiredly working with the Sylvia. We are very close. We brought all these women, you see them. We could move looking for them. We advise them. You see, life is like this, like this. I'm also the victim. So you need to not to do what. Don't forget. Just feel hurt. Thank God you are still alive. You see, we are moving. We sensitize them. We advise them where they have. You see, like if I have four clothes, and the other one is not having even any, we have to move and give them, even their children. We just give them. Like just last month, we are giving some some of the returnees who came. You know, when you come back from the bush, from home, we are also ignored. Yes, they even chase that you go, we now don't want you. Hey, you are a rebel. They stigmatize you that you are a rebel. No one likes you even from your home village. So there are those who have been chased from their home and now they are living in the town here. So me, I worked I got my small salon. The little money I work, I call Sylvia, let's go and help assist so and so and so and so. The same thing, if she also gets some little money, she also call, let's move, we go and help. And especially those like the other one with the cut arm, she cannot do, and she has even deep wound in the chest here, she cannot do anything, and she has children. So we have to go to her, we give assistance to her children, just like that. Yes, that is how I became to be a staff of Golden Women Vision in Uganda.